For many, fossils are a fascination that starts when we are young. How many times have you marveled at the skeletal remains of a dinosaur, or admired the shiny surface of a fossil fern? Have you ever wondered how these forms wound up trapped in rocks for us to find? Well, today we're going to tell you about how fossils form. First, what is a fossil? Fossils are the remains of an organism or traces of their behavior which have been preserved in the rock record. Fossils are generally at least 5,000 years old. There are two main kinds of fossils. The first is body fossils, which preserve some feature of the plant or animal itself. These include shells, bones, and petrified wood. The second type are trace fossils. Trace fossils preserve something from an animal's behavior, such as footprints, tracks, and even fossil dung, also known as coprolites. There are many ways that a fossil can be made. First, there is preservation of the organism's soft parts. This means that it died in such a way that the original flesh was preserved. This is the rarest of all fossilizations and is most famous for frozen mammoths or insects trapped in amber. Next, there are unaltered hard parts, when bones, shells, and exoskeletons of creatures are preserved in their original material, but without any of the softer flesh. This is more common in younger deposits, such as tar pits. Finally, there is the most common kind of fossilization, altered hard parts. Altered hard parts mean that when the organism died and was buried, the original material making up their bones or shells was either replaced by other minerals, or the shape of the hard part is preserved as a mold in the rock. These kinds of fossils can be created in several different ways. The first way is permineralization, where empty space in the pores of the hard part are filled with minerals precipitated from mineral-rich water, which is often seen with bones and petrified wood. The second way is carbonization, where all that is left of the organism is a carbon film. Carbonization is especially common with fossil plants. Thick accumulations of carbonized wood are called coal. The third way is recrystallization, where hard parts made of amorphous or unstable crystals are altered to more stable crystalline material of the same chemical composition. The fourth way is replacement, which occurs when a shell, bone, or other hard part is replaced with another mineral. Replacement fossilization may occur so gradually and at such fine scales that microstructural features are preserved despite the total loss of original material. The final type of altered hard part fossils is the preserved impression of an organism, which often looks like other kinds of fossils. This is when the original remains are completely dissolved, leaving an impression of the hard part in the rock, a kind of ghost fossil. The outside impression is called an external mold. If this external mold cavity is later filled with sediment or other materials, it is a cast that forms an impression of the organism itself. Now that you know a bit more about how fossils form, next time you drop by the museum, you can impress your family and friends by sharing what you learned.